It's Madden NFL 23, and it's presented by EA Sports. It's the Chicago Bears and the New York Giants. All that and more coming up next.
We welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Chicago Bears and the New York Giants. And a welcome in, everybody, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, so much gets made about offensive comparisons. Here's a matchup where the defenses may just take center stage.
Yeah, we're usually talking about guys scoring touchdowns. How about the guys who prevent them and change the momentum of the game when they take the ball away? I love those ball hawks in the secondary. People after my own heart.
Here's Cairo Santos now, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from MetLife Stadium. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Here come the Giants, led out by their former 6th overall pick out of Duke back in 2019. Daniel Jones under center.
New York State committed to Daniel Jones for a 4th season, but also made this a decisive year by declining his 5th-year option. 2022 looks like Jones' final chance to prove he can be the franchise face for the Giants, and he does have a cadre of weapons that he'll need to top his career highs of 3,000 yards and 24 touchdowns that he set as a rookie.
Jones looking to throw it on the first play. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Jones. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. The intended target, Saquon Barkley. But now it'll be 3rd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing, Jones. Got a man, that's Richie James. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So opening drive, 3rd down, they complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, the ball should be there, and then they can do some work afterwards.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Again, it's Barkley. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. Looking to throw. Jones. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Operating from the gun. Jones to the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Touchdown, Giants. Daniel Bellinger from 6 yards away. And the Giants get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. They got to love that. 9-play drive results in 6 points.
That means they're doing the dictating. That means that they've described how the game's going to go. They're playing at their tempo, at their pace. If you're on the other side of the ball, if you're playing defense, defense is not methodical. They've got to go in there and shake things up and create a little havoc.
Gano the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was finished off with a touchdown by Daniel Bellinger. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. On the return, it's Tristan Ebner from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Chicago's offense running out, and something they hope to see for years and years to come. Second-year pro Justin Fields leading the way.
Justin Fields endured some literal growing pains his rookie season, taking hits and being forced to run for it behind a porous offensive line. But he also had moments where he showed his upside as a franchise quarterback. He did win 2 of his first 3 starts and had a 100-yard rushing game against San Francisco in Week 8. Several offseason changes in Chicago should help get Fields some help in year 2.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Now Herbert to start the drive. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Off play action, Fields. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equanimous St. Brown. 14 yards and a Chicago 1st down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Another carry for Herbert on 2nd down. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. You don't see that a ton, do you? The cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 36. That one goes for 24 yards.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 36. Back to throw. Fields. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Now on 2nd and 13. Fields looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. And the Giants will go with 6 defensive backs here on 3rd. Now Fields. Jones has it. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. And now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Herbert going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. And they'll run again. And he'll be stopped up short as the tackle is made at about the 3. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
Here we go on 4th down. And he will fight his way in. Not giving up there, and he's got a Bears touchdown. Khalil Herbert taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bears are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. So a big call there on their opening drive. They go for it on 4th and goal. It pays off.
And I think, Brandon, they were feeling like they needed to match that touchdown on the other end. They didn't want to give them an advantage by kicking a field goal and being down here at the outset.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around. Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or 2. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Jones. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. A lot of bodies there in the middle of the field, and that one intercepted.
Yeah, he's looking for his tight end running a drag route across the field, and normally you'd like him to work a little bit further outside. Here the throw's a little early, and it winds up in the hands of the defender.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They'll have very good starting field position here as they try to break our tie, and they start 1st and 10. Here's a give to Herbert. And he's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. On 2nd down and 4. Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Cole Kmet started to look like the second-round pick Chicago made in 2020, catching 60 passes for over 600 yards. Both of those are the most for a Bears tight end since 2014. Certainly hoping to build on those numbers this season with plays like that.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. A handoff for Herbert. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, a run with Herbert. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. 7-7, our score after 1. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Flush to his right. And he's brought down. Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the 1st down.
Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing 3rd down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I let him take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the first one to hit the end zone after that effort he just gave him.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. Credit that to the former Georgia Bulldog as he's Ojulari getting in there to bring him down. Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on 1st and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Here's Fields. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now. On 3rd down, Herbert. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Khalil Herbert with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Bears have taken the lead. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Santos now to add the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. And New York set to take the field. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. To the right and complete to Galladay. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
The Giants understandably want to bring Barkley back slowly from a torn ACL last season, especially after their star also picked up an early season ankle injury. In the end, the production was just under 600 yards for him in 2021. But the silver lining, it should be full speed ahead from the very first snap this season.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Jones. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a 1st down himself.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll go to Barkley again. And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at about the Bears' 40-yard line. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Back to throw. Jones. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 19. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
On third down, the defense decided to blitz. A very good job of recognizing it, stepping away from the pressure, and finding open space to scramble and pick up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because they're controlling the ball, and they're the ones dictating to the defense.
This is caught. Touchdown! Kenny Galladay on the touchdown throw from Daniel Jones. And the Giants are an extra point away from evening this one up.
An excellent, long, sustained offensive drive. And now they can look across the field and see a defense that looks a little bit beaten down. Right now, as an offensive coordinator, you're thinking to yourself, can I dial up the knockout punch?
Gano now to add the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's capped off by the touchdown from Kenny Galladay. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Now, right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on. Both sides moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Fields toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Fields now to throw. He finds Mooney here on the comeback route. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
Fourth down, so they send out Trenton Gill. Waiting on it will be Richie James. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley. And he'll power his way up near the 25. 40 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
From the 24, Jones. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's James. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. He'll get this one to Galladay. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. James has got it, complete. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the 1st down.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. Oh, look at the juke. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Second and 5. Back to throw. Jones. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Well, the Bears and the Giants both looking to improve their passing games in 2022. That's for sure. Last year, the Bears ranked number 30 in the NFL in passing yards. The Giants actually one spot worse at number 31. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Now Jones throwing on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And the Bears will get the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Let's go, baby. Turn it up.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Fields throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now it's Fields. They'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. To throw is Fields. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Now here's Trenton Gill now. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. And the Giants ready to come out now. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit in the same spot again.
Well, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. On 2nd and inches, Jones. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Operating from the gun, Jones. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Come on, baby. Rock and roll. Let's go. Let's go. Here we go.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Operating from the gun, Jones. Open man is Galladay, complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. But let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works, sometimes they're ready for you, and that time they were on guard. Incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Jones. Out route pass complete to Bellinger. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 39. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing, Jones. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
No shortage of impressive moments from him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This pass into the hands of Bellinger. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Second down and 7. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Another pass complete to Bellinger. He's going to be brought down there in the field of play, and the clock will run, no timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
First order of business, though. Let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Chicago. And they didn't get a whole lot done in the rushing department in those first 2 quarters. They probably feel pretty lucky to be tied here at halftime. Meanwhile, for the Giants, here's a look at their numbers throwing the football in what was a very even first half.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. To get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Bears offense set to go to begin the 3rd quarter. This offense ready for the first drive of the 3rd quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
On second down, Herbert, and he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Here's Fields. And that will be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a lot of running room there. Not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. It's Barkley on the counter. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Here's Jones on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. A 3rd down. He tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Jones on the return. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Bears take over. The Chicago offense set to get started. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Starting on the ground with Herbert. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw, Fields. That's complete to his running back, Herbert. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Dexter Lawrence able to bust free and get to the quarterback. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Here's James returning. There goes a 42, making a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now out come the Giants. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They begin with a run by Barkley. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
60 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On 2nd and very short, Jones. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down.
Well, this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive yardage on each run.
They go play action here on 1st down.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones to the sideline, and that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the 1st down. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
That one caught along the sideline. Did he stay in? Yes, he did. But hang on here. A penalty marker is on the field. Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Rolling to his right. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. to throw again. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
So Jones off, Graham Gano on here for the New York Giants field goal. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. Gano's kick is good, and they take a 17-14 lead. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to get going again. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Fields. Looking for Pettis, but that's intercepted. Picked up on a USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. So that a real wrench thrown in now for this offense. They're trying to make a game of this in the 3rd quarter, but that is not going to help.
Yeah, partner, probably should have used a different tool on that play, right? That ultimately is the kind of play where you can lose a ball game instead of being in a position to win.
Gano for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Draw play, a give to Herbert. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Fields on first down. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game, and that continued with that first down run.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now a give right side. Herbert down to the 42, 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
They'll go again with Herbert. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. From the gun, here's Fields. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down.
66 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
On 2nd down and 4, Jones can't get away, and he's taken down.
Dominique Robinson, the one who got in there to drop him. That time, Charles, great job keeping him in the pocket and not letting him escape.
And Brandon, I think this was a great example of the front and the back working together, meaning the back covering, no place to go with the football, and the front, terrific job on the edge so he couldn't escape outside, and then of course the inside pressure kept him hemmed in as well.
After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants.
Jones now to throw on third down. He'll buy some time right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll kick it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Going up top. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Third quarter from MetLife Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Fields.
Throw right side taken in by Pettis. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
Now a first down throw, Fields.
Now that'll be caught by St. Brown.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
We have played 3 quarters.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. On 2nd down now. Herbert, and he'll get it down to the 47 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Herbert once more.
As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39.
51 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Fields now to throw.
Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 29-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Here's Fields.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Throwing again on second down. Fields. A throw left side taken in by Kmet. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now it's Fields. Forced out to his left. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Justin Fields, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Bears have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Defensively by now, you know his ability. You know he has it in him to take off and run.
Yeah, because they knew coming into this game, but we've already seen examples in this contest that he can run the football.
I think they're going to examine different ways to rush him now. Are they going to do it with different lanes? Are they going to use a spy? But they have to come up with options because right now, he's hurting them.
Now the point after try for Santos. It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game. That time, a 9-play drive. And it was all capped off by the Justin Fields touchdown run. He took it in himself. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. And New York set to take the field. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Jones throw here pulled in by Galladay. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
He sets to fire deep. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. And that one results in 35 yards.
Well, dialing up that play call certainly meant that he grabbed a little extra shot of courage on that one because normally on 3rd and short, you're just trying to move the sticks, get the ball just past that line of scrimmage. Instead, they take the big shot downfield, and it pays off.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. He's got Bellinger. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. But right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
is something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jones. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one, because they were prepared the whole way for him to try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he was fortunate to get what he did on that run.
They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short, because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the first down.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Jones. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Bears are right back in this football game. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Let's go. Let's go right here. Let's go. Let's smart, baby.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. A shotgun snap. Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
5 yards remain on second down. Fields. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
The Bears on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw is Fields. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here comes the Bears punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Throwing Jones over the middle, and it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Jones. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
It's getting cold in here, partner, because it looks like he's trying to ice this one away. Yeah, I know, bad dad joke, but what the heck, right? Scrambling for that 1st after the D blanket his receivers, that's a backbreaker for the defense. They finish this drive off with 6, and this one could be over.
Jones on 1st down. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 36. Back to throw. Jones. Eluding the pressure right. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it's 2nd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end, and look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football, and that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the 1st on 3rd. Looking to throw. Jones. And that will be incomplete.
So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a 1-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
Gano's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, It's a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now Herbert to start the drive.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
On 2nd and 9. Fields got St. Brown running the quick slant here.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Well, they go with a slant that time, 15 yards and a 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
On 1st down, Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
To throw again on 2nd down.
Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Fields to Mooney for the Chicago 1st. Fields throwing again.
Flushed out right. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the 1st down at a 21-yard gain.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. On 2nd down, Herbert. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
All eyes on Fields.
And this is caught at the 8.
And the Bears are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They come up on a 1st and goal, and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and a PAT for the lead. That's complete to his running back, Herbert. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal. Now Fields. Buying time to his left. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Azeez Ojulari in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Finding a safety valve here, that's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
Fields going to hurry his guys to the line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Fourth down, Fields has to have this one. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
Well, we all just got a heck of a show, partner. This was a close game for a long time. Close at half, close down the stretch. Home team finds a way to get it done, a narrow victory.
Yeah, they finished with a flourish, didn't they? Because there were times where each side looked like they were the better team out there. And the outcome's in doubt for much of this game. Every snap seemingly more important than the previous one. Great effort from the guys visiting, but in the end, how about those guys in their home stadium finding a way to win?